Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Jack's shocker, Jill and Kane partnership to get Chancellor back. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers tease that Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will learn a complete shocker in the coming weeks on the CBS soap opera. He learns a stunning secret: Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, and Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, are working together to take Chancellor Industries back. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Jill sold Chancellor Industries to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, after Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, created chaos in the office. He fired Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and hired Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, to manage the corporation. It was a move that irritated Jill to no end. After Victor purchased Chancellor, he handed the company to Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, as a gift. It was a special company to her as her best friend, Catherine Chancellor, Gene Cooper, owned the company for decades. Kane's obsession with Chancellor Industries. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kane's obsession with Chancellor is strange. He specifically mentioned it as one of the companies he wanted to acquire. It was at the top of his list. This made absolutely no sense to the Y&R viewers. They wondered what his motive would be to acquire Chancellor. What is this? The only thing that made sense was that Jill had recruited Kane to get her company back. She likely has seller's remorse and wants her power in the company back. She only sold because of Billy's behavior and her failing health. Now that she's feeling better, she is ready to take the reins back and put Chancellor back on top. It's possible that Jill is not happy with how Nikki is running the company. She might believe that Chancellor isn't doing as well as it could be. Whatever her reasons are, she contacted Kane to help get control of Chancellor Industries and oust Victor. Kane Ashby's return to Genoa City has stirred up a whirlwind of speculation, but the most shocking element of his comeback is the growing realization that his interest in Chancellor Industries is far from casual. Insiders say Kane's obsession with the legacy company has reached a fever pitch, and those close to him are beginning to suspect his intentions are more personal than professional. Ever since Jill Abbott stepped back from daily operations, Chancellor Industries has been vulnerable to both internal power struggles and external threats. With Billy Abbott juggling too many responsibilities at Jabot and Chancellor's focus split between his personal life and community commitments, Kane sees a golden opportunity to reinsert himself into the family empire. What's driving this obsession? Some sources claim Kane feels that Chancellor Industries is rightfully his due to his years of hard work under Jill's mentorship. Others suggest his fixation is tied to a deep-seated need to redeem himself after past scandals tarnished his reputation in both business and personal circles. There's also chatter that he may have discovered sensitive financial information about the company that could give him leverage to reclaim a leadership role. This is where the story gets even murkier. Rumors hint that Kane has been meeting privately with former Chancellor executives, quietly gathering support to position himself as the company's savior if the board decides current leadership is faltering. Those meetings reportedly haven't just been about strategy, they've also touched on securing large investors who could back a potential hostile takeover if Kane's softer approaches fail. Jill, ever the fierce protector of her late husband's legacy, is said to be watching Kane closely. While she has fondness for him, she's been around long enough to recognize the signs of a man on a mission. The question is whether she'll step in to shut him down or whether she might, against her better judgment, support his bid if he convinces her it's in the company's best interest. In the meantime, Kane's reappearance has rattled other power players in Genoa City. Billy, who has been working to maintain stability at Jabot, reportedly feels uneasy about Kane's ambitions spilling over into the Abbott sphere, especially given Kane's history of playing the long game. Devon Hamilton, whose ties to Chancellor Industries run deep, may find himself pulled into the fray as well, particularly if Kane's plans threaten the company's philanthropic initiatives or its relationship with Hamilton Winters. What makes this situation even more combustible is Kane's rumored alliance with Audra Charles. Known for her ruthless business tactics, Audra could provide Kane with both the strategic insight and the cunning execution needed to outmaneuver his competition. If their partnership is real, Genoa City may be looking at a new corporate power couple capable of reshaping the business landscape overnight. Still, Kane's detractors argue that his sudden corporate zeal is just a cover for a deeper agenda, perhaps revenge against those he believes wronged him, or a bid to regain influence in the city's elite social circles. Given his history, nothing can be ruled out, and the potential for personal drama spilling into the boardroom is high. Chancellor Industries is at a crossroads, and Kane's obsession could either lead the company into a bold new era or drag it into a bitter, destabilizing feud. The board's next moves, Jill's loyalties, and whether Kane is willing to cross ethical and legal lines will determine just how far this storyline goes. One thing is certain, Kane Ashby isn't here for a casual visit, and Genoa City's corporate chessboard may never look the same again. If his ambition keeps growing unchecked, Chancellor Industries could become the battleground for one of the most intense and personal business wars the city has seen in years, a war where loyalty, legacy, and love are all on the line. Jack discovers a link between Jill and Kane. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that Jack learns Kane and Jill are working together to gain control of Chancellor. It makes him wonder if Jill could be behind Kane's plot to take over Jabot and Newman Enterprises, too. He doesn't think his former stepmother would do that, but anything is possible. Jack knows he must expose Jill and Kane's partnership. He considers telling Victor what he knows, but reconsiders. He is not sure he wants to give the mustache a heads up, and wouldn't be upset if Victor lost control of Chancellor Industries. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jack must decide what to do with this information. He weighs his options on whether he wants to give Victor any information that could help Victor, considering their volatile relationship. Y&R fans, do you think Jill and Kane are working together? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Remember to. Jack Abbott thought he had enough to deal with between Jabot's internal struggles, his tense relationship with Billy, and the constant need to keep the Abbott family legacy intact, but a new bombshell could upend the entire power balance in Genoa City. The whispers are getting louder. Jill Abbott and Kane Ashby may be forming a shocking partnership with one singular goal, taking back full control of Chancellor Industries. This revelation has sent shockwaves through the business elite and the Newman and Abbott circles alike. Jill, long considered the fierce guardian of the Chancellor legacy, has been keeping a lower profile in recent months, but sources say she's been quietly unhappy with how the company has been managed in her absence. While Chancellor has been balancing his career, personal life, and complicated family loyalties, the day-to-day control of Chancellor has been vulnerable to shifts in direction. Jill reportedly feels it's time to restore the company's original vision, and she may see Kane as the unexpected key to making that happen. Kane's return to town already raised eyebrows, but his focus on Chancellor Industries has been impossible to ignore. After years of ups and downs both professionally and personally, Kane appears determined to rewrite his legacy, and taking the reins of Chancellor could be his ultimate redemption arc. Those close to Jill say she hasn't forgotten Kane's earlier years working alongside her, nor the loyalty he once showed to the family business. While their relationship has been rocky in the past, Jill is known for being pragmatic when it comes to business, and if Kane can help her consolidate power, she may be willing to overlook old wounds. The rumors about their potential alliance have intensified following reports of private strategy sessions between the two. Some insiders believe they're already reaching out to key board members and influential investors to secure backing for a takeover bid. If true, this could place them on a collision course with anyone currently holding sway over Chancellor's operations. What's intriguing is the timing. Jack has been working behind the scenes to secure new business deals for Jabot, but he's also been subtly connected to Chancellor's affairs through various partnerships and mutual interests. A Jill and Kane power play could force him into the fray, especially if their moves threaten to destabilize projects where Abbott resources are tied up. Jack's shocker, as sources are calling it, is his reaction to this rumored alliance. While publicly he might downplay it, privately he's said to be alarmed. Jack knows that Jill is a formidable force when motivated, and Kane, despite his past scandals, has a way of charming people into giving him second chances. Together, they could be unstoppable, particularly if they rally support from allies like Audra Charles, who has proven her skill in navigating corporate coups. This developing situation could also draw in Devon Hamilton, who has his own deep ties to the Chancellor name through Catherine Chancellor's legacy. Devon may be forced to choose sides, and his decision could either cement Jill and Kane's path to victory or block them entirely. Meanwhile, Chance could find himself caught in a tug-of-war between family loyalty and his own vision for the company's future. Adding to the intrigue, some sources suggest that Jill's motivations might not be purely about the business. There's speculation she's concerned about outside influences trying to reshape Chancellor into something unrecognizable, and Kane, driven, strategic, and eager to prove himself, might be her chosen weapon to fight back. If Jill and Kane's partnership solidifies, Genoa City could be in for one of the most intense corporate battles in years. The fallout would ripple far beyond the Chancellor boardroom, potentially impacting Newman Enterprises, Jabot, and even Hamilton Winters. Old grudges, buried secrets, and shifting alliances will all come into play, and no one should underestimate the possibility of personal drama spilling into the business war. For now, Jack is said to be weighing his options, knowing that standing still could mean getting caught in the crossfire. Whether he decides to oppose Jill and Kane or find a way to benefit from their ambitions remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the mere hint of this alliance has already changed the game. Genoa City thrives on power plays, and this one might just become the most explosive in recent memory, with the fate of Chancellor Industries, and the reputations of everyone involved, hanging in the balance. If Jill Abbott and Kane Ashby truly unite in their quest to reclaim Chancellor Industries, the ripple effect across Genoa City's corporate and personal circles could be nothing short of seismic. Behind closed doors, insiders are already speculating on the next moves, with whispers of quiet stock acquisitions, strategic alliances, and even the possibility of staging a surprise boardroom vote to oust current decision-makers. Jill's decades of experience make her a master at timing such maneuvers, and Kane's persistence means he won't rest until the company is back under their joint control. But this potential takeover isn't just about business, it's personal. Jill sees Chancellor as more than an enterprise, it's a living legacy of Catherine Chancellor's vision, something she believes is in danger of being diluted. Kane, on the other hand, views this as the perfect opportunity to erase the shadows of his past mistakes and prove he's more than just a charming dealmaker with a checkered history. Together, they might form a strategic blend of experience and ambition that could outmatch anyone standing in their way. Jack Abbott's growing concern is well-founded. Should Jill and Kane secure enough influence, they could change the power structure in ways that destabilize existing business partnerships, especially those connected to Jabot. Jack's sources inside the Chancellor Circle warn that Jill has already begun cultivating relationships with discontented board members, while Kane's been quietly building a coalition of high-profile investors ready to pour money into the company once control shifts. Devon Hamilton's role in this drama is still unclear, but his stake in Chancellor's legacy could make him a pivotal player. If he aligns with Jill and Kane, they could create an unstoppable voting bloc. However, if he throws his weight against them, he might rally other stakeholders to mount a defense. Devon's decision could also affect Hamilton Winters' business interests, which are closely tied to Chancellor's philanthropic efforts. Chancellor, meanwhile, could become the emotional and ethical wild card. His name and position carry weight, but his priorities have shifted toward his personal life and law enforcement career. Jill may attempt to convince him that stepping aside would allow the company to thrive, while Kane might appeal to their shared history to secure his blessing, or at least his silence. One of the most intriguing possibilities is the involvement of Audra Charles. Her reputation for ruthless, calculated business plays could make her a dangerous ally or adversary in this unfolding drama. If she sides with Jill and Kane, her skills could fast-track their takeover plan, using insider intel to exploit weaknesses in Chancellor's current structure. However, If she's aligned with Jack or another competitor, she could sabotage the alliance before it gains traction. For Jack, this is more than a matter of keeping tabs on rival companies. Jill and Kane's combined ambition could trigger a broader wave of corporate restructuring in Genoa City. Newman Enterprises might find itself re-evaluating its connections to Chancellor, Jabot might lose valuable contracts, and smaller firms could be caught in the crossfire. There's also the personal factor. Genoa City's boardrooms have never been immune to romance, grudges, or betrayals. Old tensions between Jack, Jill, and Kane could resurface, while new rivalries form in response to shifting loyalties. It's not lost on anyone that Jill has always played the long game, and Kane, for all his past missteps, knows how to win people over when it counts. If their partnership moves forward, the rest of Genoa City will need to adapt quickly or risk being left behind in the most consequential corporate coup in years. The question now is not whether Jill and Kane have the will to pull this off, it's whether anyone has the power to stop them before the final vote seals Chancellor Industries' fate forever.